Let's get an update on Storm Gerrit, which has brought widespread disruption to many parts of Scotland in particular. 16,000 homes are still without power this morning. Times Radio's Martyn is here to talk us through what's been happening. Morning, Martyn.
Morning, James.
What is the latest?
Well, it's good news and bad news, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. Yesterday was pretty awful. My girlfriend was trying to get south from Carlisle to London and just described the pandemonium. It took her about 8 hours to do it. She was told there were no trains going north of Carlisle, so everybody who was turning up there was being turned round and put on trains to get back down.
Oh no.
And it was chaos. It was pandemonium. Things are a little better today. Those widespread cancellations and delays. And by the way, dangerous conditions, of course, by the snow and the wind and the rain. A train driver's cabin was hit by a falling tree. He is okay. He was uninjured, but it just shows you that the power of the wind and the weather conditions. The A9 was shut. Motorists were caught in the snow and a lot of rain as well. 80 millimetres in the Lake District. That is half the average monthly rainfall for December in one day. So that was yesterday. The good news, those yellow weather warnings have lifted. The one for wind and snow that were covering the Shetlands expired at 6 o'clock this morning. The A9 that I mentioned is reopened. It's passable with care, according to Police Scotland. And the A90 northbound is reopened. The southbound side, though, still blocked. 25,000 homes have been reconnected to electricity, although there are still those 16,000 that are without power. And in fact, in some rural areas, the power company saying could be without power for about 48 hours. The railways are still quite problematic. So ScotRail suspended multiple train services until further notice. They are still suspended whilst they do a full inspection of the railway network. LNER, that runs services between London and Scotland on the East Coast main line, it's advised against travel. You can't travel between Edinburgh and Dundee because of flooding. And then the road closures mean that they're really struggling to put on the dreaded replacement bus services. So a lot all going on. A few things to remember. A lot of rail operators are accepting tickets from yesterday, today and tomorrow. So check. And also check to see if you're eligible for compensation, because you could get some money back if your train was delayed.